Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Jacobs from Ooh La La Spa, Anti-Aging and Wellness, and we are on our Real Talk with Doc Facebook Live, and I have my favorite people, the Marsh family.
Hi.
You guys are like, hi. So since we're social distancing, I thought this would be a fun thing to do to interview one of our wonderful friend families. And so this all started because Sarah is, I should say Dan and Sarah are supporting the community so much. So Sarah said, "Hey, what can I do? I'm gonna order some products and get some money to Ooh La La," which I really, really, really appreciate. And I know you're doing that for so many other businesses. So from my heart and everybody else's small business heart in this community, we really, really appreciate what you're doing for the community. And I dropped off your products, and on their front porch, they even have a little drink station for the, there you go, but for all of the people that are dropping off packages. So thank you for, just really caring in this time of need. So go ahead.
Well, we're happy to. We just do what normal people do, and we just shop. We try to shop and be mindful of how we're doing that, and we've been really impressed with what our local businesses have done to keep safety at the forefront so that we don't really even have to be in contact with anybody, but we can still enjoy our favorite places. So a lot of kudos go out to those businesses because it's not an easy time for sure. We get that.
It's not, but how I feel is all of the community is going to band together and we're going to be just fine, and it'll all work out in the end. It's just a little slower process, and we don't get to see you as much as we would like. So, we've known the Marsh family, oh my gosh, what, 8 years probably? A long time.
Mikey, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Dan was Mikey's baseball coach, and Liam has always been on the team. So we've seen the little ones grow up, and all of them grow up. And what's funny is Jack became such a good friend with Cam later after we were already friends for a long time. So we've known each other for a long time, but they're also big supporters of Ooh La La. So that is why I asked them to be on the show, because what is your absolute favorite product from Ooh La La?
You want to answer that, Avery? What's our favorite? Probably the sunblock.
Yeah. How about the boys? Let's hear from the boys.
Boys. Sunblock.
So I know this was Cam has been, Cam's in at Illinois Wesleyan, and he's been all over the place having so much fun studying abroad. And when you
returning home quickly.
Yes, but returning home quickly, and that was a really scary time for you guys, and also for the second mom over here, because Cam was in Spain when all this started. So we're just glad to have you home and out of your extra quarantine.
Yes.
So yes, and we, of course we. we missed that. You probably want to stay in the other quarantine, so you didn't have to get back in the family life.
Right.
Yeah.
He kind of asked to stay in the RV, but he's in our house again.
He's part of the family now, so that's good.
We let him back in.
But when he did his, I think it was a health studies or something in Hawaii, you made sure that you had enough of the sun-forgettable brush and all the other stuff. And I didn't have to yell at you too much when you came back because you weren't that sunburned. So, okay. So the sun-forgettable brush. So when we were at the Ultimate Frisbee game, which Liam also plays, and that's how Jack met Cam, was through Ultimate Frisbee initially. But Sarah was just going on and on and on about the sun-forgettable brush, and it was funny because everybody around us is like, what is this? What is this? And I find that this happens all the time. So Sarah, if you will, reenact that moment, because I should have just got my video camera out at that time, but let's reenact.
I have this moment a lot because I get it out and, use it on my kids, and people are like, especially if I use it on the boys, they're like, well, what is that? It might look a little like makeup because just the way the brush is, but it's not, obviously. It's sunblock. And so it's an easy conversation starter, and people are always curious, like, well, what are you putting that on your arms for? Or what is it for? And so I just explained that it's our very favorite sunblock in the world and why my kids like it, which is why, guys,
it's not greasy.
It's not greasy.
And it's not cold.
Right? It's not slimy. It doesn't stick all over your hands. And when you're playing sports, it doesn't sweat in your eyes.
And it doesn't wash off whenever you go swimming. Right. And it's waterproof for a long time.
Yeah.
All right.
So you can use it in a lot of different settings. But the beauty of it for us is, if you can see, we all have extremely fair skin. And so we have it in all of our cars. I have it in my purse, and if we just happen to stop off at the park when we're out and about under normal circumstances, I always have it, and it's an easy, quick protection that we use. So people always ask, and I always share why we love it, and I even send it to friends in Minnesota. People love it. Everyone that I know that has tried it loves it, and it's a game changer. Otherwise, I would hate to admit we probably wouldn't be protected the same way as often because we wouldn't take the time to get out the big lotiony sunblock unless it was for a big long day outside. So
good. And you mentioned earlier to me about Dan using it. So Dan, tell us your story. Speak up, man.
Well, I think like Sarah said, I mean, I keep a container in my car all the time, and so whenever I'm out and about, and like even if I'm just out running errands or something, sometimes I'll just put it on because, like I said, it's real easy to apply, and it's not greasy, and it doesn't get in your eyes, and everything that they just said. So
cool.
I keep it in my car.
Good.
And the brush is really soft.
And the brush is really soft, so it feels good when you're putting it on too.
Yes, and Avery, I think you all like the sparkles. So tell me about the sparkles.
And like the powder thing, there's like little sparkles that whenever you put it on like your arm or something, it like kind of sparkles whenever you put it in the sun.
And even
it looks really
good. And even the boys use the sparkles, which makes me laugh. But that's the thing, is that you can't, like, when you have it on, you can't see it. I mean, it's really not that sparkly, but I do love the sparkles. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Some sparkles on our face.
And I love that you said you send it to people in Minnesota because, people think you don't need sunscreen in the cold or in the winter, but you do. You need it every single day.
For sure.
Yeah. So
and it's easy to travel with. I mean, you can just throw it in your, if you're going through airports, it's just a good size and it's easy to have. I don't know. We use it in every moment of our lives that aren't indoors.
Good.
And it lasts a long time too. I mean, it's a small container. It's not like 1 or 2 days and it's gone. I mean, we'll use this for a couple of weeks probably before it's all gone.
Oh gosh, more than a couple of weeks. And there's a lot of us.
Right. And I'm with you. Like, we have one in every car, every bag, all around the house. I mean, we just don't leave the house without it. Liam, how many times have I pulled you aside at Ultimate or even baseball and, force you to do this?
Many, many times.
And sometimes you need an extra mom to look out for you when your original mom isn't there.
Yeah,
right.
He likes me more.
That's fine. She looks out for you.
I do. You're one of the family too. So a lot of times the other kids, so Liam and Rory and the other kids that are on the Ultimate Frisbee team, Cam, I don't know that I've ever put the sun forgettable brush on you, so I'm sorry. And Lucas, you too.
I put it on myself.
I know, you're a big boy. You don't need Mama doing it, but usually the other boys do. They don't complain.
Sorry, we've got a lot of teenage personality here.
They don't complain nearly as much as what my children complain about putting it on. However, it is the only.
Complain.
But to you, but not to me. They usually are just like, okay, fine, I'll do it because they can, but they don't complain to me. So thank you. So, okay.
Yeah.
What do you say?
He said I should put it on Jack and Mikey, and you can put it on them. And then
There you go. Perfect. So.
It's fine then.
Okay, so if you guys want to hang around, you absolutely can. You don't have to. I've got some questions now for Miss Sarah, so it's up to you. If you want to. You're
Yeah.
you're
I think
you're
we're probably-
famous. Yeah, thank you so much. Dan's like, I'm out.
Dan's out too. Dan has to go back to work. So.
Okay, go. Bye, Dan. Thank you. All right. So you already put it on. Bye. You already put it on Avery, but I would love to see her put it on herself so that we can show how easy it is for kids to do it.
Here, show it to the screen. Like, show what you're doing. Can you get up there?
Avery, you've gotten so big. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever.
So whenever you put it on, you like put it on in a circle so it gets everywhere, like this.
I love it.
And what do you do a lot of times? Your hair is different today, but a lot of times she's apart. So what do you do in your part?
Sometimes I like sprinkle it on there so it doesn't get sunburnt because that really hurts in the shower.
It does. That, and I always make sure I get my ears and the back of my neck too. And that's what I love about it, is it's so easy to use. And how old are you now? Because you're getting way too old, but how old are you? 11. Oh my gosh. But for an 11-year-old to just really be okay with putting sunscreen on and putting it on herself and making sure that, you're covered. I mean, I love it. That's my mission in life, is to get kids using it earlier so that we can hopefully decrease the amount of skin cancer later in life. So thank you for being such a good girl, and never fight with your mom about putting sunscreen on, right?
No, this one's easy. It's not hard. And we send it if she has like a field day at school or something where I can't be there to supervise, she'll take it and use it, right? Mm-hmm. Girl Scout camps, whatever, the works.
Good.
The pool sometimes. I mean, usually I'm around at the pool, but yeah.
Awesome.
She uses
awesome.
it. That's why it's important too, right?
Good.
She's not gonna talk.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. She's doing great. So thank you so much, Avery. Sarah, let's talk about some of the other products that I delivered to your house.
Okay, I haven't even dug into my goodie bag yet.
Okay.
So Avery, you want to help me pull things out? Look at this cute little package. I mean, if that doesn't make your day a little brighter, I don't know what does. Here, let's pull this cute little bag out and I think it's there we go. When I get in here, these were in here, so why don't we pull them out?
Oh, we already pulled.
I know, but show Kristen so she can see what we're looking at.
So it looks like he has an eye mask.
Yeah. So those are our new Instant Bright eye masks, and I know Sarah hasn't tried those yet, so I thought I would add those in. And so you'll put that on. I think you leave it on for what, an hour? I don't know. There's probably directions on there, but leave it on, and then you'll instantly see change. There's also Instant Bright that you can use on a daily basis, and I know one of your favorite products is the Total Eye, and so I like to use the Instant Bright and the Total Eye together. So
Let's see. I think there's maybe some of that in here. Maybe not.
yeah, I think it's
Here it is. I got a bag of goodies here, so that's this Total Eye. This is like my favorite thing ever. This is kind of tricky.
It is. I know.
Life situation.
I know. Isn't it funny? Yeah.
I do Zoom meetings all the time, but I don't have to show things.
Right.
But this thing, I think I've mentioned to you before that since I was a little girl, I've always had huge dark circles under my eyes, no matter what, no matter how much sleep I get or my nutrition or anything. And so this thing is a game changer. It makes me look like, less like a zombie on a daily basis. But it is, I love it. I love it, love it. I think it will always be in my box of goodies.
Yes, and that has an SPF 35, so make sure you're using that on your upper eyelids as well. But yeah, I can't live without that one either. And then I'll make sure you get the new Instant Bright too, because you'll use that. That one doesn't have color to it, and it doesn't have the SPF, of course, so you still need both. But what it does have is the HA5 that you love, the Lightera that you love, and so it instantly brightens. And I swear, I've tried every eye cream out there, and I feel like there are very few that you see a difference right away. And the Instant Bright, you absolutely do. And of course, the Total Eye, because it has a little bit of color to it. I can't live without either of those. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I didn't even think of, but I have kind of sensitive eyes. I'm not really a person that has sensitive skin in comparison to others, but if I get a product that, even a mascara or something that isn't very gentle, I can get really itchy eyes, and I've never had a moment's issue with any of this, which is probably speaks highly to the quality of ingredients that are being used. I have to be conscious of that. Otherwise, I'm like, why are my eyes burning? That is something that I have noticed with all of these products. But
Right.
My eyes aren't that sensitive.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. But you also you tried their mascara, and you were impressed that you were able to use that because you said you have very sensitive eyes, especially with the mascara. So
yeah, pretty much has to be something natural-ish or very
right. And that's the beauty
more
of
high-quality products.
Right.
I can't do.
Don't do that crap. Don't do anything.
Nope.
No. So these have no dyes, chemicals, parabens, talc. I mean, talc is in a lot of the over-the-counter stuff, and talc is basically asbestos. So we don't want to put that on our skin. And then with the mascara, there's no tar in it, which is what is found commonly in mascara. And so that's why we use the Color Science products, because there are no harmful ingredients. It's only physical sunscreen, and physical means it stays on top of the skin. No chemicals are being absorbed in the body. So that's what's so great about it. I think, Avery, you said something earlier about it being water resistant. You can put this right on and jump right into the pool, and you'll be protected. Chemical sunscreens, you have to wait 20 to 30 minutes before the reaction, that chemical reaction, happens with the sun. So that's why they say you have to wait 30 minutes before you get in the pool. So that's the beauty of this product, is that it is, even though it's powder, and sometimes I do get a little worried about, oh my gosh, is it covering? But if you're doing your tight circles and you're doing 2 rounds, you're going to be protected. And you actually showed how to prime the brush and to make sure the powder is coming out. So I think that's extremely important, that all of the ingredients are, there you go. Perfect. So all of the ingredients are all natural, and you shouldn't have any reactions to them at all. And I'm extremely sensitive, and I can handle everything. So, okay, what else? What else do you have in that goodie bag of yours?
Let's see. This is one of my favorites. The HA5. You probably can speak more about it than I can,
but what do you like about it? Why is it one of your favorites?
What I love about it is I use it a little bit like I would a moisturizer, and I'm able to put it on in the morning before I put on makeup. And I have kind of dry skin, but what happens sometimes with some moisturizers is my skin won't absorb it enough, and then if I put on a little makeup, it gets all weird and funky, and that doesn't happen with this at all. Plus, I feel like it like boosts my skin too. I don't have the right words.
No, those are the exact words. Those are the exact words. You don't have to know the science behind it. You don't have to know anything. I like to hear.
I just say, what do I use?
That's right. And to be quite honest, when I first started with Skin Medica, I didn't know the science all that great, and I would say, they would say, why do you like it? I'm like, because it makes my skin feel good, and it works. You see a difference, and that's really all that matters for a consumer. And so just to speak on the HA5 a little bit, it's actually what we call a hydrator. So it's not technically a moisturizer, but what it's doing is it's hydrating the skin from the inside out. So your skin is actually more hydrated, which feels more moisturized, and that's why you're feeling that way. It also tells your body to produce hyaluronic acid, and that's what the hydration factor is. And then it plumps fine lines and wrinkles. So make sure that you are using that right under your eyes, because you will see a difference under there as well. So good job.
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do I have? I have such a big goodie bag here.
I know. I love it.
So we'll come back to that. I have Even Up, which is, so if things aren't easy, I'm probably not going to use them. Let's just
I agree. Yes.
I used to, back in my previous life, 20 years ago, before I had this madness that you saw earlier, I used to know things, and now I just have to say, what do I need to use and what is reasonable. If it's not a quick product and it's not something that I can use easily, I'll forget about it and I won't go back to it. But this is one of my favorites, because I think actually on the baseball field, maybe you told me about this, because I was like admiring, the pigmentation in the skin, it just kind of it evens everything up. I'm going to use what it's called.
There you go.
Description, but it's a nice, gentle base coat. It has the SPF, so even if I forget, which I usually don't, but if I forget to put on sunblock, or if I'm just, literally running in and out of my car, I still have coverage, and, I'm not getting any younger, so that helps with age issues too.
And
having, you know, good coverage when you're out in the sun. So.
And your skin is flawless. I mean, it looks outstanding, not only on the video, but off the video. So yeah, there you go, even up. Yeah, so I can't live without that product either. I wear it every single day. And the beauty of that one, and it's just like you said, you know, you're covered. So the brush, you know, we use it for our children and the guys more so as the initial sunscreen, but our Even Up for us is more our first layer of protection, and then you use the Sun Forgettable brush. But the beauty
and
of
it's easy. It's just a pump, and I just put it on in the morning before I leave the house, and put a little bump and rub it between my fingers and put it on kind of like base, and then it's done. Good.
And there are some ingredients in there that actually will protect you for up to 8 hours, so you can, you know, feel very confident that even if you don't forget, or you do forget to take your Sun Forgettable and reapply, you're still being covered. So that's what I like about it as well, is that even when I go to the gym, that's what I wear.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Good.
And then what else? I have this goodie, the Lip Smart.
Yes.
Love this stuff. Actually, you could be our little model on this too.
Yes.
Boss, you've probably used it. You've seen it in my purse before, right?
So lean in before you put it on. You don't want to put it on? Oh, okay. I was going to say, lean in and show us your lips, and then put it on, and in 2 minutes we'll look at your lips again because they plump up beautifully.
No.
That's okay. We're pushing it now.
Okay. We're not
doing that. No, that's okay. That's okay.
Girly.
Yeah, and Sarah has beautiful lips anyway, but this just acts like a little lip plump, and it's not your cayenne pepper kind of peppery, spicy thing. This actually has ingredients that will plump the lips, and it's a great product, and it hydrates the lips as well. So
yes, great moisturizer for sure. And let's see. Oh, in this little bag we had some extra. This is what I use. I probably should use it more than I do. I use it before bed. I think you can do it twice a day.
Twice a day.
Right?
Correct, twice a day. And that one's going to treat your brown spots, which let's go back to Even Up for 1 second too, because Even Up treats brown spots as well. So if you put Lightera on, and then there you go, there's your brown spot protection. And that Even Up goes that extra step with the sunscreen. So that's what's awesome about it. Yes, use that twice a day.
Mm-hmm. That definitely is a good one. I like it a lot. This is a little travel size. I don't know, it's Kristen.
What is this?
So that's our Aha Baha cleanser. So that one is going to gently exfoliate the skin. So you're going to start, and that's why I gave you that little travel bag so you can try some of the other products. But that one you're going to just use a couple times a week. Now, people who have very acneic skin, very oily skin are able to use it more often, but people who are more sensitive, probably 2 to 3 times a week is great, and then it's exfoliating your skin. So for you, Sarah, because you're a little more like me, where you're super sensitive, do it once a week and see how you do. And don't put it around your eyes, because that Aha Baha is those are alpha hydroxy and beta hydroxy acids, and so that's what's helping to exfoliate and give a little bit better palette for your skin. So try that and see what you think.
Would it be a good one for the teenage boys to try?
You know, it's an excellent one for the teenage boys to try, but my boys use that, and we have that one. We have the facial cleanser, and we have the purifying foaming wash, and they go between all 3 of them. But yeah, it's excellent for the boys.
Okay.
Again, ease yourself into it. You know, don't go crazy with it at first, but yes, excellent.
Do you know what an exfoliant is? No. That's a good question.
It is a good question. So as our skin is changing every day, and there are dead skin cells that come to the surface, and then we need to get those dead skin cells off so that your skin can continue to get healthy skin cells out there. So I think that's the easiest way I can explain it. So the other,
she is going to be ready for her teenage years.
I know. I'm so glad I'm on this road with her. I'm so glad.
Is she?
Yes.
I mean, really.
Yes.
If we could all have, somebody on to guide us.
Yeah.
The dermal repair. Whoops.
There's. I know it's hard. The dermal repair is a thicker moisturizer. So for you, if you don't feel like you need a moisturizer, then you could use that a couple times a week at night. It'll just moisturize and hydrate that skin a little bit more. That's one of our best sellers for people who have extremely dry skin. But that one is, I love when Nicole explains it. She says it's the luxurious moisturizer. Yes, luxurious, yes. So
I think this is the last one that we haven't talked about. show that to Kristen.
Yep, so that's the retinol. And this one is also an exfoliator, and eventually you should be able to use it every single night. So we ease into this one, and this one is excellent for acne, so the boys could use this as well. My boys use this. And then as we age, it's great for anti-aging, and it helps with fine lines and wrinkles. So again, it's taking those dead skin cells and getting them off of there every night. But for sensitive skin, it's a little bit of a harder product to use, so you want to ease into it. And we actually have 3 different strengths. One's a 0.25, that one's the 0.5, which is the most common. And then there's the 1.0. But usually we start with that 0.5 unless you're super duper sensitive. So that one's a good one to add in at night. And again, just a couple times a week first, but everybody should be on that. And then, like I said, it helps to treat acne, so.
Okay, and the last thing we have here is the thing that is our favorite. We had to order lots to get prepared for summer and spring, and since mostly all we can do is be in our house or go on family hikes or be outside or on the paddle boat or fish, luckily we have those options right outside our front door.
That's right.
We are in the sunshine still. So we still, even though we're sheltered in place and staying at home, we still need lots and lots of sun forgettables. So
Yay.
this one is the shimmer, like you like.
Shimmer, I've been calling it sparkles.
Sparkles. I call it sparkles too, so whatever. And then we we get these a lot at the beginning of the season because it's what?
Buy
You
two,
buy two, get an
one
extra.
free.
Yeah, and that's a good deal. So,
Right.
I mean, we have obviously a lot of people in our house, and we have to share products. So this way, I get plenty to put in plenty of places, and everybody can have
Just
them.
buy
But
2 of those, then
And I
everyone
think-
gets one.
this is the medium color.
Yes.
There's different colors. We sometimes have gotten the light. I think the medium is good for our skin tones, even though we're pretty fair. The light is really light. And then isn't there a darker one?
There's
too,
a
but
tan.
we're not.
Right. No. Tan does not work for people like us. But there's tan and there's deep. So for skin type 5, the African American skin, it looks beautiful on it. Have you ever tried the mist?
No.
Oh, well, I should have thrown that in there. The hydrating mist is great, and it sets the minerals. So after putting that on, you spritz, and then it sets it on there even better. So of course the boys won't use it, but Avery would probably like it, and you'll love it because it just hydrates the skin even more. So yeah, I like that. So I'll make sure I get you some of that. So
Okay, good.
So all right, hey Miss Abe,
We've gone through everything.
do you have any questions for me?
Any questions for you? Oh my goodness, I wasn't prepared with questions.
That's okay.
Let's think. How are you all holding up? How are your employees holding up?
We're
I see
doing.
their smiling faces on social media, which is a good sign. But
Isn't that fun that, we've just been incorporating them into it a little bit more because I think that it's so important to get to know them. You don't need to see me all the time. And they're such a huge asset to our company that it's been challenging, but on the other hand, we are embracing this time to get organized and to better ourselves with education. And I think that, I know that we're going to come back even better providers and a better company when we get back in the swing of things. So I'm extremely thankful that we've been able to keep the staff on, and they are working hard. I mean, it is unbelievable the things that they are doing, and I can't thank them enough for what they've done for us. So, excited to get back. However, I do kind of like this life of luxury where I don't have to do my hair and I don't have to, put the jeans on. And that's what we were talking about earlier,
Right.
Like I like wearing my PJs all day. So I think the whole world should change. And when we go back, I think we should have our at-home attire at the office. So
that would be okay with me. I just have to keep my hand out of the M&M jar. That's been my...
that's the hardest.
Some big intervention here pretty soon.
Yes. Well, the
right?
The good news is that we're going to run out of all the junk, hopefully, and we can't go to the stores right now. So, we'll run out, and then we don't have any more. I mean, the boys finished off the ice cream last night, which we don't usually have in the house, but, sometimes you just have to have some luxury comfort food.
There's some drive-through options open, that's for sure. That's what gets us. So we've stocked up early on.
Our own Publix ice
We did.
Don't tell on her, Miss Avery.
That was just to support Lenny, so it had nothing to do with our need for custard.
So.
My need for custard.
That's right. It is a need. It is a need at this time. So, all right. Well, I can't thank you enough for coming on our show and talking about the products. I think it's great to hear it from actual patients and not always out of my mouth, because I love it. I love every bit of those products, but it needs to come from a real person who actually does use it and loves the product. And I love that the boys were involved and that they, they spoke so much. They said how much they love it.
Have a lot to say.
They do.
They're
They
teenagers.
do. Yes. I mean,
they do love it. I can attest to that. They use this product better than anything I've ever seen, because I've always been chasing everyone around. Even my husband, wasn't a sunblock user, and he has the most fair skin probably of all of us, and he goes to it now without me even nagging him. So that's a testament in itself.
It is. So, all right. Well, you guys stay healthy, stay safe. I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon. And thank you again for the community support and the support of Ooh La La. So,
of course.
All right.
We get it.
All right. Thanks.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Bye.
All right. Bye.